Hello students, welcome to the video lecture class of subject Hydraulic Machine and Fluid Power. Here in this video, I am going to explain about the reaction turbine, its working principles, constructional features and its classification. So, what are the concept of a reaction turbine? In a reaction turbine, we are not going to use the nozzle as in case of impulse turbine. The water from the penstock enters into the casing. The energy available at the outlet of penstock is the sum of pressure energy and kinetic energy. This energy of water enters through the casing and some part of pressure energy of water is going to changed into kinetic energy and thereby you are getting the mechanical power at the output of the runner. The kinetic energy of water is moving the blades of runner and thereby mechanical power is produced. In case of reaction turbine, the runner is completely enclosed in a airtight casing and the runner is always filled up with water. This reaction turbine is also known as your pressure turbine. Now let us go through the constructional features of a reaction turbine. The reaction turbine consists of the following parts. One is casing, second one is your guide blade mechanism, third point is your runner and lastly draft tube. As shown in the animations, we have seen that the casing of the reaction turbine is like a spiral shape. These are the bigger blades are known as your guide blade mechanism. The circular part is known as your shaft of the turbine unit. The yellow color portion is known as your runner, over which blades are mounted, and this blue color arrow mark suggesting that the water enters through the casing and followed by guide mechanism, and the guide mechanism provides the water to be falling upon the runner plates. In the second animations, we are having a rotational motion of the runner is carried out with the energy of water. This is the casing. Inside this casing, the water enters and these blades are known as your guide blade mechanism, and while the water enters in the casing, it is first enters into the guide mechanism and the guide mechanism provides the water to the curve plate that are mounted upon the runner. The runner is attached to the shaft. This middle part or center part is known as a shaft. Due to the rotation of the blade, the mechanical power is produced and we are getting the electrical power at the generator shaft. Now comes to the casing part. As shown in the diagram, the casing used in reaction turbine is a spiral one. So that why you are going to make that spiral casing? Because of this spiral shape, the water enters the runner at a constant velocity throughout the circumference of the runner. Water is lead from the sources to the turbine through the penstock. The penstock delivers the water into casing which surrounds the runner and glide mechanism. The casing is designed with cross-sectional area which decreases uniformly around the circumference from a maximum at the entrance and minimum at the tip. This gives a spiral shape to the casing and it is also known as your scroll casing. As shown in the figure, we are having the animation, this is the spiral casing. The arrow marks, blue color arrow marks are showing that the water flows into it, and these are the bigger one blades are known as your guide mechanism. Water enters the casing, then enters the guide mechanism, and through this guide mechanism they are falling upon the blades of the runner. In the second animation, this is these arrow marks are suggesting that the flow of water is going to take place and it is entering into the spiral casing. This middle part is known as your guide blade mechanism. In guide blade mechanism, what you are finding, there is a ring that is attached with the periphery of the surface of the casing and where the blades are mounted. While the water enters from the penstock to that of the casing, the water first enters in the guide mechanism. So the main purpose of guide blade is to provide the water in such a way that the water will strike the vanes fixed upon the runner without shock at the inlet. We know that while there is a high velocity of water is forcing upon the blades, it may be chances of wear and tear of the shaft maybe takes place. So we have to use the guide mechanism so that the water will be allowed with a smooth velocity while it is moving over the blade. Runner. It is the heart of the turbine unit. Generally, it is a circular part or circular wheel which is fixed to the shaft of the turbine unit, and this circular disc is attached with a number of blades. The blades are maybe curved. So as the indicates that radial curved bends means the blades are in such a way that the water enters into the blade in a radial direction, means the water enters at the radius of the turbine blade. Now this runner over which series of vanes are mounted, the vanes are made smooth. Generally the runner is made up of cast steel, cast iron and keyed to the shaft. The surfaces of runner vanes are very smooth in order to reduce loss of energy due to friction during the flow of water through the blade passage. This is the blades. These are the sectional view of the blades. The blades are attached with the runner. The runner is keyed to the shaft. So while there is a rotation of blade, movement of blade takes place, the rotational motion is created at the shaft of the runner and thereby we are getting the mechanical energy. Next point is your draft tube. The water, after doing the work on the runner, passes to the tail race through a tube, and that is known as your draft tube. A draft tube, from the figure, this is the draft tube. The main function of draft tube is to drag the water from the outlet of turbine unit to that of the tail race level. The draft tube is made up of steel plates riveted together, or it is a concrete tunnel. The cross section of draft tube gradually increases towards the outlet. The draft tube connects the runner exit to the tail race water level, helps in discharging water into the tail race level. As we are going to increase the area cross section of the outlet, and thereby the pressure energy of water is converted into kinetic energy, and we are getting the high pressure at the outlet, and thereby the water is flowing from the outlet to that of the tail race level. Why this is required? Because at the end of the energy available with the water at the outlet of turbine unit is a pressure such that below the atmospheric pressure. To increase the pressure of water, we are going to provide a draft tube, and thereby the water can be discharged from the exit of the turbine to that of the tail race level. Now comes to the classification of reaction turbine. We are having, depending upon the flow of water into the turbine unit, we are having inward flow reaction turbine and outward flow reaction turbine, axial flow turbine. Now, what do you mean by inward flow reaction turbine and outward flow reaction turbine? This is the case of a reaction turbine. Here, this is the outlet of reaction turbine, this is the inlet of reaction turbine, and this inlet, if the water enters from the outlet to that of the inlet, during that time the flow of water is known as your inward flow reaction turbine. Means water enters at the outlet of the turbine unit and leaves at its face, that is known as your inward flow reaction turbine. This is the outlet, this is the inlet. So water enters from the outlet and it is entering the casing and the leaving out in a direction, that is at the face of turbine. This is known as your inward flow reaction turbine. Outward flow reaction turbine means what? The water enters from the face of its casing through the guide mechanism, then coming out at the outlet. So water enters from this direction through the face of the casing and thereby it is leaving out at the outlet. This is known as your outward flow reaction turbine. Next is your axial flow turbine. Axial flow turbine means what? If the water flows in such a way that the axis of rotation is parallel to the shaft.